organic and biodynamic in the farm, and we also are certified organic here. So that means not only we make organic fruit, so organic grapes, but also the process is organic. So we do not use additives. It is spontaneous fermentation. There is nothing added to the wine and not much taken away. The skins sometimes they take away and the stems sometimes they take away. I like to use stainless for some of the wines. You have some Inzolia 23 that already has to be bottled. You have some Inzolia 23 that has to be bottled and some the rosé. Everything else is either bottled or downstairs in the cellar, in the barrels, wooden barrels and clay amphoras. We are going to see that. So I like to use the stainless and I also like to use the oak for fermentation. There is a very big difference between using oak during fermentation or during the refining. During the fermentation, you have zero influence of oak in terms of flavor and in terms of smell in the wine. Because the strength of the fermentation will kind of zero all the oak influence. The oak is important because it kind of lets the grapes breathe, because it's porous. And so you have some oxygen that can go in and out. And so during the fermentation, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with dough, with bread making. You need air, you need some temperature, you need some air that you have to kind of add more flour and keep the dough growing open air. Then when it's ready, you just put it in the fridge or whatever. But you need some oxygen. The same thing with the fermentation. It's the same kind of yeast. It's what they call beer yeast. It's Saccharomyces cerevisiae, kind of the same yeast. The difference in yeast is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, that's the technical name. They are maybe 4 million families of Saccharomyces cerevisiae and so, in nature. And some of them like flour, some of them like grapes, some of them like fruits, like cider. Cider beer. Cider is the same, exactly same family of yeast, the same species of yeast, just another family. It's always the same Saccharomyces cerevisiae yeast. So, if you are fermenting cider, like apples, pears, cherries, some of those families will like them more, so that's them who will take over that fermentation and ferment. Some of the families like grapes better, so they will ferment grapes. Some. Oh yes, 100%. This is what we call. This is a type of lizard that eats a lot of flies.
Oh,
so we love them. And some of those type of yeast like cereals. So they can make beer like malt. They like malt, so they just transform a malt into alcohol. But that is exactly the same process. This is just for you to understand how important it is to have oxygen. That's why I sometimes use the oak for the fermentation. And this is more permeable to the oxygen. Of course, the stainless steel is 100% insulated from oxygen. So depending on the type of fermentations that I want to make, or that the grapes are able to make, I may use the stainless and I may use the oak. 100% the wine that has to stay, that means that has to stay more than 1 year before the bottling, it has to go downstairs. And we're going downstairs.